What's up, everybody? I went to the most packed session I've ever been to. I'm only at my second one. This is, do agencies need to think more like software companies? Just take a look around here. It is completely packed. It's obviously very popular. We got some fellows from Google that are talking here, Ben Malbon and Allison Mooney. So we'll see how this turns out. Let's see. I'm going to be standing up the 110% of the time. So let's see how it turns out. Okay.
Inside the agency itself. But one of the problems we face is when you start to reach crunch time and things get serious and the deadlines get shorter and you're talking about dollars and everything gets much more tense. That's usually the first person who gets left out of the conversation. And then what happens is it's the people at the very top. It's the very highest up clients and the highest up people who run the agency. And when that happens, they don't know what they're talking about, and they tend to shoot their own ideas in the foot. They don't understand what it takes to create and make things, and then sometimes they don't even understand at the core what they're even talking about. Like I've sat in presentations before where people will present ideas, and it's obvious that they're just reading them, and they don't really understand what they are. So I think while those people are really valuable to have there, everybody has to truly value them and learn from them. It has to be something that you blend into the culture of your agency and not just rely on one person to be, that translator.
Yeah, the problem is it's basically like the army in Iraq. Like, implicit in the subject is that you can't have the ideal solution anymore, which is that everybody at the agency should know what the hell's going on with tech, just like our entire army should speak Arabic, but they don't. You know what I mean? So we've already made a step to the second best thing, which is, well, at least one person to build. And so, I mean, I used to do sort of teaching producers how to go into digital, and the answer was anyone, just as long as you have a person and you listen to them, it's like they're Sherpa. But I do think it's an important point that we should have a lot more than we do at all different levels of the agency. And for economic reasons, we can't, because they're doing the other rooms, the startups.
That's a great point. So I think the first thing the agencies need to do is just be honest with themselves about what their state of tech savviness is and isn't. I think that's often where some of the kind of the bad things start, where people think they're really, really up to speed and they're not. Or actually when people think they're not up to speed, they've got some jewels in their agency you just aren't allowed to perform. So I think the first thing is kind of reality check of where we are, what we've got, what we need to learn. Because I probably slightly disagree with Rick on some aspects of this, because I think that it's okay to have people outside the agency helping you and for you to be self-aware enough to kind of go out and find people to come and work with you on projects or partner agencies like Barbarian or whoever it might be. But what's not acceptable is to pretend that you are savvy enough to have these conversations and walk into tech companies and try and have them. And you end up with people.
What's up, everybody? Just got done with the how agencies can operate more like software companies. Very insightful, good stuff. The big takeaway for me as far as McKinney, I feel like we can cut down the number of people we have in meetings and really start to iterate in terms of process. Just making things, beta, alpha, beta, just keep pushing things out. Of course, that's easier to say than do. Some practical applications for that actually seem like could happen outside of the digital realm was some concepts of testing spots on YouTube prior to air and getting kind of more of a digital and software-like attitude around things more traditional like broadcasts. So I think there's a lot to be taken away here. There's a lot of people at McKinney in this particular panel, so I'm sure there'll be more analysis in the written form on this here blog. Well, until next time, there's next time. Bye-bye.